Okay, so I got about 80% installed right now. So what we got to do is put these two side bolts in. I really have to, you have to like kind of play with it a little bit to get it in there, because it's wanting to pop out a little bit. But if you press on it, to line it up, the holes, be fine. Yeah, wow, is it really tight? I think it's because of all the wires back there. Okay, but that's the way I guess it's mounted. It's designed to install. Okay. Sure sticks out a lot more than it used to. I'm pretty sure my heatsink, my fender is going to hit this thing. It would be nice if it didn't stick out as much, man. Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the height one last time. Okay. Oops. So we're going to go loosen these bolts again. And remember, we got to put Loctite on these still. We're not quite done yet. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna push this controller. So, as you can see, Hayes Mega moved the controller way little. Okay. So you can see there's a big gap in there now. So I wanna push the controller as high as possible till it almost touches almost touches the spacer here. Okay, so I'm gonna push up on the controller. There we go. See, it's moving. Okay, till it almost kind of touches, you know. Okay, and I think that's good. Yeah, that should do it. Yeah. So I think what you're gonna want to do is try to get this centered on this. Okay, so you can see there's more meat up here than there is down here. Okay, so we're gonna try to push that controller, just the controller, don't press on the heatsink or anything, and push it as far up as you can make it. Okay, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. Okay. Yeah, okay, so that looks like that's about how it's going to work. So now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take out each bolt from the clamp and put some Loctite on it, and then we really tighten it down, okay? Okay, I don't know what happened. I didn't get it on video, but I'll do it again. So I put Loctite on these two bolts here, and we're just going to go ahead and snug these real tight since we're done with these. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is kind of a pain in the ass to install. I'm gonna get it nice and snug. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and remove one bolt at a time. Okay. Okay. Bolts out. I'm gonna go get my Loctite. I'm going to put a dab. I'm going to put a dab of Loctite on the bolt. And we're going to put it back in. Okay. I kind of forgot already what hole it is. Okay. Remove the top one now. If you have a BAC 8000, you're going to have to do this 8 more times. You got more clamps. Oh, that's kind of too much, but that's okay. Okay. Okay, pretty tight. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead to the other side. I'm going to speed up the video on the other side, but you kind of get the picture. Pull each bolt out, put Loctite, put it back in. Alright, and tighten it. Okay, kind of nearing the final parts of the install. Alright, hey guys, I apologize for how dark the video is. I ran out of daylight, and this thing is black, so it's hard to shine any light on it, man. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the final tightening. For whatever reason, this doesn't fit. Okay, whatever, I'm just gonna tighten it with this as tight as possible. Yeah, for whatever reason, this one. Okay. Just make sure it's tight. You won't want your controller falling off, right? Okay, the last thing to do is install the two side screws. What I'm going to use is the longer, I'm going to use the bolt that used to go here, okay? I don't understand how this is supposed to work if, how is this supposed to work if, thing. Okay, I'm just going to install on the side here. It almost doesn't fit, is what I'm going to say. So it almost doesn't fit. I'm not going to lie. It doesn't quite line up properly. Maybe what we should do is let's loosen this. Okay, let's loosen this first a little bit. It's super tight. I have to say this is a little too precision fit is what I'm going to say. Okay, so I loosened the top mount just a little bit so we can get these freaking bolts in. Okay. We're going to go ahead and bolt the side in. Okay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and install this bolt on the side here. I'm going to use the smaller screw because for whatever reason my big one is stripped. The head is stripped on it, so we're just gonna use these small ones. This, if you remember correctly, these are the ones that go where the spacers were before. Okay. Go ahead and tighten this. That one's in there. I'm not gonna make it too tight yet. Okay. So the last one, we're just going to go install one of these screws right here. Oh, this one lines up nicely. I don't know why. It's like it's crooked or something. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and tighten the heatsink. The upper mount on the heatsink. Okay, and then we're gonna do the final tightening for the side brackets. Okay. Okay, make sure that's nice and snug. I'm gonna go to the other side. Do the same here. For whatever reason, this one's lower than the other one. I think it's like, I don't know, it must be tweaked or something, or the top mount isn't in there straight for whatever reason. Okay, and that's it. We're done. There it is. It looks pretty sweet. I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of a pain in the ass to install. Okay, there it is. When it's all said and done. So the last thing we should probably do is wipe off the rest of that heatsink compound. Okay, I'm gonna get a napkin and wipe off the rest of this this excess heatsink compound here. As you can see, wow, it fits in there perfectly, man. I have to say this is a precision-made product. What we could probably do is get some Q-tips and then wipe some of the rest off. You don't want to, as much as possible, you don't want the grease sticking out as any grease hanging around, because it's going to attract dust. Okay, especially since this is a dirt bike. Okay, so just try to clean as much of that white stuff, heatsink compound, off as possible. Okay, do that for the other side. Okay. So there's quite a bit sticking out, but that's a good idea. It's good. I mean, it's good that it's sticking out. I mean, it's creeping out the edges, because that means it's like, you know, it's filling all the voids and stuff. As you saw in the first video when we first took a look at it, this heatsink is not totally flat where the heatsink mounts there. I don't know if that was intentional. Does that help it seal better, or for whatever? We saw that there's some kind of like I don't know. It's some kind of like machining marks. They're like little whoops or little waves, you know. Okay. Okay, and there it is. Wow, it's sweet looking. I tell you, it looks a lot cooler than my than my heat. It looks a little cooler than my heatsink. So now the thing will be, does it hit my my fender? That's a good question right there. Let's find. So we'll do a fender test later, but it does stick out quite a bit. Not gonna lie. So I'm gonna go sit on the bike and just move it. Oh, it looks like it gets really close. It looks like it gets really close, but it's not a big deal. I have to watch the video. Okay. If it touches it a little bit when it bottoms out, that's okay. I don't mind. But if it's touching it hard enough where like it might break my fender, that will kind of suck. Okay. But yeah, so I just kind of got a video of me compressing the front suspension. I have a Crud XL fender installed on this, so that like I said, I had to do like a special trimming to my heatsink. Okay, so there it is. Let me see if I can kind of clean it up a little bit. It does look sweet. It looks good on a black bike if you have the black heatsink. Okay.